Alright, Kimbo White here. I am pissed off. Yet again, we've had a bombshell dropped on us as Strikeforce fans. Anyone who's been a supporter, I've watched almost every Strikeforce fight there is since like the fights at the Mansion. Back when they first started. Been at 2 Strikeforce fights, live events in the last year, and was one of the people who really voiced an opinion on people watching Strikeforce and getting into Strikeforce the last few years. Obviously, Zuffa's bought the brand. So, what happened was, we had a heavyweight tournament. The favorites to win it were Fedor Emelianenko, who lost in the first round, and Overeem, who was supposed to fight Bigfoot Silva in the second round. They pull Overeem from the tournament and shit on everybody's parade and put in Daniel Cormier, who no one at the time was for sure how game of an opponent he was for the guy that just beat the shit out of Fedor Emelianenko. Cormier ends up winning the whole thing. He just beat Barnett, won the whole thing. They've since then disbanded the entire heavyweight division of Strikeforce. Dana White, I know he's Zuffa's yes man, and I know we don't have a fucking clue what's going on ever. Just like when they acted like there was problems with negotiations with Overeem. That's why he got pulled from the tournament. When the real truth is, they had plans for him to fight somebody in the UFC, and they just shit on the fans. Now they've disbanded the heavyweight division, and they brought who they pick and choose to the UFC. For some fucking odd reason, Showtime and these dumb fucks, whoever is making these fucking decisions, says Daniel Cormier and Josh Barnett, both have to fight one more fight in the Strikeforce. Let's see here. To require the disbanding of the division, but not against each other. So the tournament's over. All the heavyweights are off Strikeforce contract. Every single one of them, except for 2. Okay? They just fought. And they're not going to fight each other. So, now, what was going to happen is, we got a situation where, first of all, this is fucking stupid, because they should have just went straight to the UFC. Cormier won the fucking Grand Prix. Cormier, I don't even think there's really a I don't think there's really a heavyweight champion of Strikeforce. I think the last one was Overeem. Matter of fact, it was. So there's like still a vacant title there, which they'll probably never fill, or maybe that's what they want to do here. But so everybody's thinking, well, they want to build the brand. They're going to do 2 more heavyweight fights. They're going to bring in 2 badass fighters. Okay, Cormier and Barnett are both going to fight a badass, somebody top level, to make a statement that they belong, to go ahead, and come on over to the UFC. Today they announced that Daniel Cormier's last fight in Strikeforce will be against Tim Sylvia. Tim fucking Sylvia. Okay? Tim Sylvia, guys, I don't care if he's won his last 3 fights, I don't give a shit. He went to fucking decision with Knoidicus. Give me a fucking break. He fought a guy named Randy Smith and a guy named Patrick Barentine at Fight Tour and NEF Fight Night 3. Whoop-de-fuck. Abe Wagner knocked his ass out in 32 seconds, the guy from TUF, in 2011, early on in January. look, the best competition that he's fought in the last 5 years, 4 or 5 years, is they let him fight Big Nog, and they let him fight Couture, got his ass beat. Got lucky in the decision against Vera. Nog, Emelianenko smoked him, and then Ray fucking Mercer. Okay, how old is Ray Mercer? Ray Mercer is let's see here, 51 years old. Ray Mercer is 51 fucking years old. Okay. Now on June 13th, 2009, Ray Mercer knocked Tim Sylvia out in 9 seconds. Okay? Now, he beat Jason Riley, Mariusz Pudzianowski, and Paul Bonatello after that. Okay? That gives him just a little bit of credit. Okay? Those are three tough names. But the best one, you know, probably the toughest person he's fought since he got knocked out by a 51-year-old boxer is Paul Bonatello. Okay, you look at Jason Riley's record, ain't for shit. Puds ain't shit. He's not even an MMA fighter. He's just a strong man. Okay, Paul Bonatello is the toughest guy that he fought. And he did beat him, but he got knocked out again by Abe Wagner, and you know, he couldn't finish three other lower level guys or Kornakis. Dana White laughed at him coming back to the UFC, said it wouldn't happen, and also said though that he wouldn't be in Strikeforce. So I don't know what the fuck Zoop was trying to do here, where they're going with this shit, or why the fuck they would involve Tim Sylvia in anything at all. But I'd like to get everyone's opinions on this. And that's been the last part with Kimbo White.